Greetings, everybody. We are here in what is truly a crazy, crazy game. As I need to fix my overlay once again, but last game we saw an insane, just turn of events as ROOTDdoRo ends up going down 0-1 in this thing, as this new guy Roses is just proving to be a very strong Terran player, just keeping ROOTDdoRo on his toes to the point where ROOTDdoRo ended the game with what, 5 probes, and that was it, and that was all that he had in order to deal with a multiple-base Terran with this hugely strong Air Force. It was absolutely insane. Okay, so now good to hear that my stream is actually okay, and now we have ROOTDdoRo just going to try and go back into this game. Someone in the chat did say that the game was over 8 minutes before it actually officially ended, and I agree with that. However, what ROOTDdoRo might have been doing is taking advantage of the fact that he is a strong player and well-known and part of Root Gaming, and playing mind games against Roses, because Roses is definitely a new player who is nervous. So ROOTDdoRo, by keeping Roses into the game that much longer, is just decreasing Roses' energy by that much, which would then allow ROOTDdoRo to possibly end up having an advantage in the next game, just because Roses was tired out after an insane first game. That is definitely what my thinking is about why ROOTDdoRo was staying in the last game, and this could actually prove to be in ROOTDdoRo's favor. We'll see what's going to happen in this game, as Xel'Naga Caverns is a much more well-played, well-known, and comfortable map for all players. ROOTDdoRo might not have been as comfortable in the GSL map Terminus Re as Roses was. So we're going to go ahead and see how this is going to develop. We do see ROOTDdoRo immediately actually doing a good building placement, going to help him deal with any kind of drops from the bottom, any kind of Hellions getting moved in and trying to come up the front, and prove that even more. ROOTDdoRo is going to go ahead and completely wall off down here with this cybernetics core. So that's definitely very immediately some good things about ROOTDdoRo that is going to go ahead and proceed to happen. Roses does have this one barracks out right now. He's going to go ahead and spread supply depots, get as much vision as possible. So definitely a good move with that. Oral Command is about to finish. We're going to see Roses continue to see what he wants to do. Is he going to go for a fast expand or some kind of tech pathway? He did stay on one base for a couple of minutes before getting off a base, but that was also on GSL Terminus Re as opposed to Xel'Naga Caverns. We're going to see how these guys are going to go ahead and develop. We do have that pylon being thrown down by ROOTDdoRo in a good spot to keep himself completely aware of everything in space. And look at that. This pylon up here was actually another great spot to wall off from possible Hellion run-bys or anything. So ROOTDdoRo just defensively, before the game has even started with any engagements or any attack user on the field, ROOTDdoRo just playing beautifully. And yet he's down to Roses. It's going to be very interesting to see how this is going to play out. If this game is going to be much more conventional, I would definitely think that ROOTDdoRo would be a little bit in the advantage, as ROOTDdoRo has definitely mastered a ton of games, being part of Root Gaming, having incredible people to actually talk to about the game and really just learn strategies. But I'm going to say that the Robo is going down, as well as, guys, check out Zeek.com, Z33K.com. You can run your own tournament there. I run all my tournaments there. It's a great way to do this. Check out youtube.com/zanderfeverSC, as VODs will be up there. And also hypercrew.com. Hypercrew is also casting this thing, so check them out at hypercrew.com if you want to show them some appreciation. They have Facebook and Twitter, various other things that you can find out about various StarCraft 2 sort of things on there. I should stop saying on there, probably. But still, ROOTDdoRo is proving to be a very strong player in macro-wise, as he's always ahead of Roses, unless there's something crazy happening. But here we have this 2-gateway Robo opening from ROOTDdoRo that's very stable, very common, and fundamental opening. Playing standard, honestly, sometimes people say interesting games where unconventional things happen is always more fun than standard, but the thing you have to know about standard is, in order to win with standard, you have to play incredibly well and legitimately outplay your opponent, as opposed to completely catching them off guard by doing something strange like 4-gate Banshee, or the 4-star port Banshee like Roses just did. So this game falls into a normal type of gameplay. I would definitely give the favor to ROOTDdoRo. And it looks like ROOTDdoRo wants to expand right now after getting that Robo out and getting the Immortal producing. And will he throw down the Nexus? Yes, there it is. Nexus gets thrown down instantaneously, so ROOTDdoRo is looking to play for the economic game. We do not see any expansion attempt from Roses, who we do see Tank going out. We could be seeing the same opener from him as last game, so it could be a repeat of last game, though I highly doubt it, as Xel'Naga is not a big map as opposed to Terminus Re. The strength of Rose's build was the fact that he was just able to run around an immobile map with very mobile units, as the map is very large for ground units and very small, as all maps are small for air units that move quickly, that is. Like carriers and battlecruisers, map size can definitely be a factor. But Stargate for ROOTDdoRo, he might be anticipating some tricky Banshee play and trying to get out Phoenixes out earlier in order to make sure the Banshees don't do an insane amount of damage and catch him off guard like he did before. So now here we go. We have all of these. Oh my god, Roses is going completely all in. This is a lot of SCVs are in this little push. This is not a little push whatsoever, but look at this. There's a probe over there seeing this entire push out. And look at that. ROOTDdoRo cancels the Nexus. He knows this is all in. He knows he just needs to defend against this. There are no medevacs. He could easily just simply just wall off this little part. He does have tanks. He has Morals helping against tanks. Siege mode is not completed though. Force field this, use the tanks, turn everything upside down for Roses, and Roses is just gonna be screwed. And look at this, Roses knows that Expo is not happening anymore, pulling back all of his SCVs. He's gonna try and make this no longer an all-in. But canceling the Expo is huge. Alright, so look at this. We do have Phoenixes coming out, so definitely help him defend this. If he can just lift off the tanks. Although, really, with this Immortal, he should be, this is a lot of Marines, so it's a lot of DPS. The Phoenixes will help with deal with the tanks, but he doesn't really have much to counter the Marines in terms of, DPS and everything. He does have sentries and a few zealots, but it's really not a lot at all. This is actually a very tough spot for him. He's going to go ahead and take out that SCV before we can pop up and see very much. But ROOTDdoRo is in a very precarious position. Roses has a very strong army. Siege mode has completed. It looks like Roses is going to actually push up with his units. You can see the range on the siege tank is actually directly on this. And where is the force field? The force field, ROOTDdoRo, there we go. Good force field. Going to go ahead and, he takes hits on the zealots, but using range on those guys. But the scan, his units are actually high enough to give vision on the high ground. That's terrible for ROOTDdoRo. He needs to throw it down another force field. Oh, ROOTDdoRo force field. No, you're taking hits on the tank. You can't deal with that. Not enough units are out for ROOTDdoRo to really defend this head on. As Roses is going to continue pushing in. ROOTDdoRo pulling back at the perfect timing, but this Stargate getting hit is going to be very, very bad. ROOTDdoRo does not really have much to deal with this. There is a very good force field, and he's going to use oh my god, the Immortals, you can't lose the shields. He's tanking tank hits with the shields on the Immortals, doing a good job of whittling down the units from Roses and pulling back. Brilliant, brilliant move. Great force fields. We do see the Phoenix count is just increasing in number. But look at this. Roses is making a missile turret, going to make sure that he can be as effective as he can with these guys. ROOTDdoRo could very well might want to come around the side and snipe off that SCV before the missile turret finishes, but that's not going to happen. This is going to be very hard for ROOTDdoRo to actually fend off. Bunker is now being placed inside ROOTDdoRo's main. What? ROOTDdoRo is really, really not looking very good right now. This is a huge build, aggression build from Roses. He's got the half of ROOTDdoRo's main base completely his. This is insane. All these Immortals are still alive, but this is going to be really rough. And there's another Immortal there, but taking a few hits. This Warp Gate's going to go down. The infrastructure for ROOTDdoRo is just getting hammered. Very, very. This is really lucky that the cybernetic scores over here. If it wasn't, that would be a very, very hard move to deal with in itself. But here we go. All these Phoenixes are still alive down there, but this missile turret is going to be huge in this. And look at that. The Robo facility is now being hit as well by these tanks down there. Oh my god. Roses just wants to take off that Robo so quickly. Immortal is being chrono boosted out, but this might actually get killed off before the Immortal can finish. This is going to be, oh my god, it's going to be killed off before that can finish. But there we have force field going down there. Immortal is actually going to get taken out, will it? Oh my god, that's so close. He needs to get his shields back up if he wants to be useful again. But it's actually going to buy enough time for this Immortal to actually complete. So ROOTDdoRo really wanting to hang in there. He's got a lead in the food count, but not by much. Roses continue pushing. He's now got siege tanks sieged up inside the main. Gonna go ahead and coax for ROOTDdoRo's units to get into range of the tank. And he's got all that Marine DPS in there. And look at that. No, that Immortal's going down. Oh god, that's so bad. ROOTDdoRo cannot afford to lose units like that. He's gonna move up and start sniping off the tanks as he can. But he's targeting. Oh my god, what is going on? This is what? All the way force field right here. Force field right there. Get those zealots in there. there, and is Dito going to break out? He's taking out tanks. He's got a, oh god, you can see that these Phoenixes are dying to the missile turret, but they lifted off the tank, increasing the DPS from these guys, and look at this, Dito scanning up on the top from Roses, but look at this, Dito's now pulling off his probes, going to move in and start attacking. He's got all these Immortals still alive, but this, oh my god, the tank down there is still there, 7 kills. There's now, oh, Dito's losing so much. He tried to push out, but oh my god, Rose is now ahead in the food count. Dito making as full use as he can. He's losing all of his attacking units. That Immortal's going to go down. That's going to be horrible. Oh my god, but Roses is going to go ahead and pull back. But this is insane. Is there going to be an expansion from Roses? He's going to continue staying one base. One base, he's even making more units, more unit production facilities. This is insane. He's just keeping up everything, completely containing Dito, who is really approaching to be mining out, but he's also lost a ton of those probes. He's not even at full saturation anymore. He's trying to reproduce the abilities that he needs, getting a bunch of gateways out. Oh, charge out's gonna be so beautiful right now, but doesn't have the time or the really any way to get those. He's got 5 gates now. But this is insane. This siege tank back here is pivotal in Rose's continuing to keep this to contain. Well, before what I said about Dito being the win if there's going to be a normal macro game where there's just standard play. Oh yeah, Roses knows this. Roses is continuing to push in completely, trying to do as much damage as he possibly can. This is going to be an incredible fight. Continue to stream in more units. Just constant units, constant units. Observers out here for Dito. He knows that there's no expo. But, is he gonna... Oh my god, you sneaky, sneaky man. Look at that. Piling down here. Throwing in Zealot's going to be down there. Going to try and head directly into the middle line. Perhaps even pick off some units from Roses. But Roses has a tank down here. We'll be able to siege up if he wants to. But are there going to be SCVs pulled? Roses might want to do that. There's moving in. And, oh, look at that. He's going to start picking off SCVs. But is Roses going to use this to move in? Because I don't think those Zealots are going to be able to do a ton of damage. And look at this. Now we have Dito going to go ahead and just prepare for a flank. But Roses is completely wary of all this. And the sentry's going to get sniped. Oh my god, that's so bad. Dito is going to continue pushing in. The Zealots were taken care of in this main base. Dito is, I don't know what he's going to be able to do against this. There are 2 bunkers up here. There are a lot of these guys. And look at this. Great position by Dito. Going to go ahead and continue to do this. He knows he can't warp in down there because of those Marines. But here's going to push in, completely great flank. We do have those Zealots attacking the siege tanks, taking them out. Roses is caught off guard. All of his Marines were down there, and we have a Guardian Shield up. And now, oh my god, is Dito going to be able to push these guys out? Dito is going to be able to defend this. Oh my god, Dito's going to continue pushing out, breaking off everything. Dito is going to defend, keeping units back here with those with the Zealots walking in here, just being so critical to the. And now oh my god, and now Roses is going to go ahead and be in the Roses is behind. Dito, beautiful, beautiful moves. No expos from either player. It looks like we're going to have a straight 1 base versus 1 base, and Roses just go ahead and start sieging out here, but look at this. Dito knows the exact positioning of the units. He's going to be able to come around the right side and then move in, but ooh, big tank hit is going to do so much damage, and no, that might have been a really bad move, but no, Phoenix comes in, lifts off the tank, and Dito's going to continue pushing in. He's got all these Stalkers and Immortals in there, force fielding the ramp, going to prevent any reinforcements coming in. Tanks drop down, and there's GG from Roses. Great game from Dito. Oh my god, well played indeed.